Hi, I'm Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. Take a look at this fun little quilt behind me. Isn't this great? This looks like stained glass to me. It's just so pretty and cute. To make this quilt, I used this Cotton Shades by Riley Blake. It's a small little roll-up, and it's just, it's 2.5-inch strips, cut the width of the fabric, and there are 15 pieces only. So 15 strips will make a quilt this size. If you want to make it bigger, and I think it would look gorgeous bigger, I also think it would look gorgeous like in Civil War fabric or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do this. I took my Jelly Roll strips and I cut them into 5-inch segments. So here's 5-inch segments right here that I've already cut, and then we dog ear the corners of these. Now the only thing to remember on the dog ears is that you're going to have one set, the white set, going one direction and the colored set going the other. So as soon as you cut your pieces, you want to divide that Jelly Roll in half, because half of them are going to get a white corner and half of them are going to get a gray corner. So that's what we have to make sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little 2.5-inch squares. That's an important thing to remember about anytime you're going to dog ear a corner, you use a square that is the same width as the strip. So these are 2.5-inch strips, 2.5-inch square. Now you can draw the line, but we like to just iron ours in half diagonally. It gives us a sew line. It's a little bit quicker. And I'm going to do a couple of those in white. And you just want to remember that whatever way you do the white ones, you want the gray ones to be exactly opposite. So I'm going to set mine on here. And what I do is I'll sew one set first, and I leave those out as a pattern. Otherwise, I'll have them going all kind of cattywampus crazy ways. And if you do them so they're opposite, they're always going to come together in this cute little hourglass right there. So that's what we're looking for. So we're going to take these, and I'm going to lay them right here. Make sure they match right up on that they're going the same direction. And then I'm going to take these over the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew right on that line. So let's do that. Here we go, on the line. And I will do all my white ones at a time. So I've got several here to do, and I want to do them because that way I know I don't have to switch directions, I don't have to change, I just have to sew them one at a time, and they're all going to go to the same direction, and then I'll change colors and go the other way. There we go. And now I'm going to do some gray ones. So let me dog ear a couple of these. Again, we're folding them diagonally, pressing. Give us a sew line. You can see, I'll show you there's my little sew line. And I'm going to cut a couple of these pieces. And I'm going to come to the gray now. And I'm going to lay them going this way. So I make sure that they're all going the same direction. I'm a little angly challenged that way. But I'd much rather sew these than rip. So, or check them a couple of times than rip. Oh, let me get that out of there. Take these white ones off of here for a minute. And my needle jumped, so it kind of missed its spot, so I'm going to, we don't want that, we want a nice straight line. Now I'm just going to slide this under here, make sure my needle's in the right spot, and sew on the line. Now I'm going to put the next one in, and make sure it's going the same direction. You want to match that up pretty good. It'll give you a nice square top if you do. All right, there we go. There we are. And again, before I trim these, I'm going to open them up and make sure they're opposites. Make sure they're going the right direction. So these two are going this way. And these two are going that way. So we are good. We did it just perfect. All right, now I'm going to trim these off right here. You can rotary cut these off, or you can scissor cut them. I'm going old school, scissor cutting my edges. Make sure you're cut off the right side. It'd be tragic if you cut off the wrong side. And then I like to press them one more time. So now I'm going to just take these over to the ironing machine right here, and we're just going to press these back like that and press these white ones the other way. Then I put them in a nice pile so that I can just sit and sew them together 2 at a time. So here's my gray ones, my little gray pile, and here's my little white pile. And then I'll take these over to the sewing machine just like this and put them together 2 at a time. This is the block we're looking to make, a block that has this V in it right here. And so we're going to bring these over here, and I'm just going to lay them right sides together. And let me just mix this around a little bit so I don't want blue, blue. And we put them together. We're going to put them together like this so the V comes together. And so we'll lay those right sides together. I like to start at the bottom. I'm not sure why. There's nothing technical about that. We're just going to start. And then I kind of lift it up to make sure those 2 seams are together. And just sew that down. I want my V to match up. And I'm going to put these together. And I'm just going to sew several of these at a time. All right, here are my last 2. And make sure they're all lined up so pretty. So pretty. Now we're going to clip these apart and iron them open. We got us a nice little chain. That's called chain piecing when you sew from piece to piece. And we're going to iron those open right here. And you do want to iron to the dark side, or you can decide on this side which side you want to iron to as well. So either way will work. But if you have it so it's always going one way or the other, it'll nest up when those 2 come together. When they come together to meet. All right. Now when you get all this part done, you're going to have a stack of these, and the whites should all be on the same side, every single one of them. The gray should be on the other. And then the fun is in the layout. So what we're going to do now is we're going to lay these out, and we're going to start with one V at the top, and the next one at the bottom, and the next one at the top, and the next one at the bottom. We're just going to do them opposites. Then when we put the next row on, we'll do this one at the bottom and this one at the top, just like this. And see how those blocks are forming? And that's just how you lay them out. So every time these come together, you'll get this hourglass look here. So as we add the next row on, these will hourglass, and every other row they'll stagger. So let's take a look at that on here. So here we have, if we go along here, you'll see this is up, this is down, up, down, and then here these come together, and up here this is going to come together, and it's going to work just like that. Goes together so cute, so easy, and gives you this really fun look. So we hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the stained glass quilt from the Missouri Star Quilt Company.